Okay, so hello, Kyle.
Okay, hey.
To spend this time with me for this interview before the show of tonight.
Sounds good.
How are you? You are exciting?
Oh, so yeah, we're glad to be here. It's our first headline show in France. So
yes, this is the first.
Yep,
okay.
it is.
This is the first date of the European tour?
This is the third date.
Okay.
We did two shows with Korn, and then tonight's our first headline show.
Okay. So could you explain to us of this beginning of this date? For you, it's okay for the band?
It's great. Everyone's been very excited to come back over. We didn't come all last year, and then 2 years ago we came and we didn't play France at all.
Oh.
So this is our first. This is our first headline show in France. I think for the band, in the history of the band, especially now. So everyone's very excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
You stayed in Europe to end of July.
Till the middle of April. We're here. We're Europe and then UK. And then we go back to the States, and then hopefully get back over to Europe.
Okay.
You know.
And could you tell me what do you think about the European people and French people?
Oh, we really love coming to Europe. You know, that's why it's hard. It's hard to organize the money and the timing to get over here, and also not to be in competition with a lot of bands come in the summer for festivals. You know, so we try and come like March and different times of the year where there's less shows, you know, so we can have more. The bigger shows, the bigger for us, the better.
Okay.
So, we're all very excited to come to Europe. We're in the U.S. a lot, so it's fun to come over.
I think people are very happy.
Very happy.
To have,
yes.
This band.
Yeah, the people are great. The fans are very passionate and thankful that we are here, so we're thankful.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Very good.
So my first question is about the band. In the beginning of this band, Hellyeah was created to be a super band. Could you tell me if this state of mind is the same?
Yeah, it wasn't created to be a supergroup. People they look at the members. They came from big bands. They say, "Oh, supergroup," but it was more of a band to get together to do things that they couldn't do, like in Pantera or do in Mudvayne. Like we couldn't do some of the songs on the first couple records. Something different, you know, just like rock and roll, just to have fun and do something. And now it's turned into 10 years later. This is the 5th record. So we've never really looked at it as a super group. It's just being happy with the people that you're playing with. You know, people from the outside it looks like a super group, but everyone's just a normal dude who's played in big bands. You know.
So you, Kai, you have been in the band since 2014.
14, yeah.
Okay, so 3 years ago. Could you explain to us? How did you do to be in the band? Maybe there is several musician, audition, etc.
Right. It was.
But it's you. The choice is for you. So could you explain to me and to us?
Right. And
why this choice?
The thing was, when Hellyeah started, I was working in another band called Blood Simple, and Chad from Mudvayne got our band a record deal. So I toured with Mudvayne for a while in my band, and then when Hellyeah started, I actually did the first tour with Hellyeah, and then I did the second tour, and then I've probably done 4 or 5 different tours with my band and Hellyeah. So I really knew, we knew each other very well. So when the time came, they were looking for somebody, and we all had such a good relationship off stage. We just knew it would work, you know. So when they called me, it was a no-brainer that yes, they wanted me in, and I said yes, I'll be there. Okay. So it's a long history between all of us as friends. So it was an easy transition, you know.
And to be in Hellyeah brings something new for you in your career.
Yeah, new for everybody. Playing with these guys, it's a new inspiration for me, and I feel that I've brought a lot to the band live and now in studio also. So it was everybody's happy, both sides, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So I got a question about this 5th album.
Yeah.
Called Undeable with this
exclamation.
When we are listening to this album, it sounds differently, like the band did before. Okay, so I want to know what's the creation process and what are the influences to make this.
I think with myself and Christian Brady, the new guitar player, coming into the mix, it's like a whole new environment, a whole new vibe with the band, and everyone also kind of went back to our roots. You know, we all grew up on metal, you know, all of us, with, you know, Black Sabbath, Metallica, Kiss, Slayer, Maiden, all that stuff. So we all went back to our roots, and like that's what we grew up listening to, you know, before we even were musicians. And then we started playing. Those are the songs that I learned on bass, you know. So we brought all the elements that really inspired us to play music in the first place and put it into this record and the last record, actually, but this record even more so, you know, with all 5 members contributing to the writing, recording, everything, the process.
And you work together to make the song, or maybe one more than before?
Usually it starts with Tom and Vinny just riffing, you know, just playing and just coming up with basic ideas for songs, and then I would come in and start and just lay some bass lines, and we went in to the studio with a lot of music and no lyrics. You know, Chad always comes in towards the end and then starts to write. So he has a hard time because we've already written 10, 12 songs, but he hasn't heard the full song, so he has to write. So it's a group effort, but it's kind of not all 5 at the same time, you know. Okay. It's like 2 and then 1 and then 2 together, and it works it just works.
Okay. And could you tell me if the fan, so the people who listen Hellyeah appreciate this record and this synergy to work together to make this song? Yes,
and I think it shows. This has been the best received record. Like, the fans really, really love this record, and there's a lot of new fans. A lot of fans that never even, all these shows we're playing, a lot of them haven't even seen the band before, so they think this is the first or second record. So it's been very well received with old fans, new fans. We're happy with the record. It shows on stage, it shows off stage, and between the relationship between the fans and the band is just constantly going back and forth, and everybody's happy. Everybody's, you know, it fuels each other's fire.
Okay. I've got a question about the live session.
Yeah.
How did you do to make the set list?
It's harder and harder and harder because 5 records, you know, 50 songs or whatever, and we're doing these shows with Korn, and we have 30 minutes. That's 6 songs. That's impossible. It's a good problem to have, too many good songs, but it's hard. Tonight we have an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes, so we can play probably 12, 13. 14 songs, so it's a little bit easier to pick. Still not easy, but at least we can play a lot, you know, what we want to play, and just do what we want to do on our own shows.
So yes, it's very good for you to be the lead.
Very good, yes.
Yes, the lead band in the date.
Right, in the date, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
A question maybe more personal for you. To play with Vinny Ex Pantera.
Yeah.
Is it amazing?
When I'm playing with him on stage, it's just like talking to you. He's a brother. Okay. He's a normal, down to earth, just a normal guy. But then when I walk off stage and I go home and then I think about it, then I turn into a fan. You know, it's like, damn, I'm playing with Vinnie Paul. But together, it's just a cool relationship. But then when you step outside the box and you think about it, you're like, wow, that's huge. You know, that's huge. So yeah.
I want to know something about the future of Hellyeah.
Yeah.
This album was out last year.
June last year. Yep.
Okay. Maybe it's soon to have this question, but do you think about a new album or maybe an EP?
It's not too soon.
In a few years or in a few months.
We feel like we have a lot more touring to do, but we're already thinking about it. You know.
Okay.
And like, on shows like this where we have time to mess around, we're starting to come up with ideas, and it's definitely in everyone's mind that when we go home again, we want to record, whether it's a full record, because after this tour we go home for like 4 weeks.
Okay.
So in that time we might go record a song or two and take advantage of the time. So yes, there will be new music probably sooner than later. You know, end of the year, maybe. You know, if we can.
You work a lot.
Yeah.
Work a lot.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just keep going. Record, play.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So it's okay for me. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you to answer for my several questions.
Thanks for having us.
Have a nice show tonight.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So bye-bye. Thank you very
my
much.
friend. Merci.
Okay. Merci.
Hey, this is Kyle from Hellyeah, and you're watching United Rock Nations.
you.